So introducing a new artist to the channel. Whenever I say something for the first time, I always think like it's the dumbest thing that I've ever said. But anyways, Alip we've done a couple of videos of, and this just been delightful all the way around. Like, it's just win-win. Like, more people know about him, more people know about me. I'm having fun watching him. Y'all seem to enjoy me talking about his guitar playing, so like this is just like a cool circle. I got some dust in my eye. Let's not let that derail us. And then new dude, new to me, kind of, mostly. Igor Presnyakov. Is that pretty good on the Russian? Is it Russian? Anyways, I've heard him play once before, maybe twice. I think only once, and it was over a year ago. And I made a mental note to come back to him, but I never thought I would be reacting to him on my channel. I think I heard him doing some BTS or something. I think it was BTS. So I was a little torn. One, because Canon and Rock, my reaction to Alip's version just came out. I don't like doing things that are that similar back to back. So I thought maybe I should do Igor separately and then them together. Which probably is smarter from like a marketing standpoint or something. But is life about marketing all the time? I don't think it's, not all the time. You need a little bit of marketing. So I thought I should do them both together because since I just heard Canon and Rock, it will give me a better sense of how they work together as artists. That's my thoughts. Oh, and I thought Alip's version of Canon and Rock, Pluckable's Canon in D, I thought it was the most, I'm hesitant to use words like most because I feel like I'm going to be wrong, but I feel like it's the most enjoyable version I've ever heard. Which of course the next part of me goes like, steal it. Learn to play what he played and just play it. That's what we do as musicians, we just take. Which you're supposed to. There's no shame. You hear something cool, you take it. It was a B.B. King, Buddy Guy. Somebody famous said, if you don't want me to take your lick, don't play your lick. I respect that. All right, let's go. Igor Presnyakov and Alip. Oh, there's a little graphic intro. Oh, Igor got a graphic intro. Okay, it looks like Igor is which one, respect to all three of us, got the massive thumbnails on our right hand, our picking hand. It looks like Igor is playing octaves to open up. He's tripling the bass line because there's already a bass line in Alip's. Then Igor's doubling the bass line and adding an octave above. So we have 3 octaves of the bass line. Add some harmonics. Ooh, here come the thirds. Back up. Wait, did he harmonize his line? The whole line? No way. I got hiccups. Okay, they're both crushing it. There's no question. If the question is, are they crushing it? Yeah, they're crushing it. But me as a guitarist, right, like, or you as a guitarist and you want to see what's going on, I'm trying to see what's taking place. Now, obviously, if I had not already heard Alip's version, my thinking would not be this way. So it is very important that I've already heard his playing. So what Igor is kind of doing is he's treating Alip as like the main performer, and he's playing around him. What do I mean? I mean that if Alip takes a break, then Igor might fill in with something extra, right? But if Alip's going crazy, then Igor's filling in with something fundamental. So we're seeing Igor go from octaves to little rasgueado muted strings to harmonized lines to thirds, and sometimes like ornamentation. Ornamentation is like really quick hammer-ons and pull-offs, and it's extremely well done. It's pretty much badass. Right now, what Igor's playing is not hard. But that's part of being a badass, is sometimes you have to go like, the song doesn't require anything hard. It requires me to be supportive. And right now he's just playing like barred 3-string power chords on his lower D, A, and D string. Oh, the minor modulation. I forgot about this. So I will say they both have really good. Can we back up? Just leave them on the screen for a second. I don't think that really helps, because probably what I'm looking at is like kind of miniature in detail. To me, Alip has a really. They're both doing the same thing, right? In a sense, which is how they make the notes happen and how those notes sound and how comfortable their hands are. So they found really ergonomic ways of playing the instrument. But I'm gonna say Igor. I hate to be wrong, but I love to be right. So I guess you get to take those chances. Igor's style is more recognizable to me as a classical style of playing, which is. It's kind of hard to say that. It's kind of not hard to say. It's easy to say. It's hard to describe, which is. Part of it is the angles of his fingers when he's playing and how he's approaching the instrument with his fingers. But that being said, here's the thing where I immediately discount what I just said, which is that if you watch someone's hand motions, anyone who's decently good, you really can't tell much about how good they are based on the motions of their hand. You can make assumptions. You can go oh, their finger placement's good or bad, or their picking hand seems on or off, or how much they move their hands in between notes. These things where you're because a lot of times people make wasted motion. It's big motion, but it's wasted because you don't need to make big motions when you're changing between notes. So you can make presumptuous statements But until you hear someone play, you don't actually know what's going on. So to me, I don't even know. I kind of like a hybrid between both of them. And I'm not playing the middle. And I'll tell you, if you look, let's not just keep this going forever. Let's make this like a closing segment. So I'm just going to bore everyone to death. But if you look at the picking hand, right? Here's what I want you to pay attention to: is the angle from the shoulder to the arm, through the wrist, to the top knuckles. And then probably the easiest to see is this transition from the top knuckle to this middle knuckle to where you're actually plucking the string. And if you look at Alip, he's got, his hand is further forward, which is making this angle less. And he's digging in pretty hard with his fingers. Whereas here on Igor, and obviously these are single frames of each one, it's maybe not a fair judgment to say on each one, but Igor has kind of pulled back his hand and is playing more out in front of his thumb. They're both, there's nothing wrong with either one. Both are perfect. They're just like different ways of playing the instrument. Anyways, Canon rock. That was fun. I want to do some more of Igor too. I guess I'm gonna stop there. I said everything I needed to say, therefore we are done. I will catch you on another video, of course. I got some sniffles. I'm gonna try to beat those. No, it's not COVID-19. Chill, bro.